Hello and welcome back to a new video about LCT. I'm Lynn from the LCT dev team, and today I'm going to show you some features of the new release 24.1. So let's start. First up, we have the date picker step. You could always test date pickers with LCT from the start, but now we have a new dedicated step for that. And as you can see here, you can create a new step called the date picker. And here I'm locating a few different date pickers on the same page. And some of them have a dedicated format mask attached to them and some don't. So this way you can always see if this date picker needs a specific format mask and then type the date accordingly if you want this to work. Of course, if you want to produce an error, then you could also test it with that. And I also created a screenshot step, so this way you can see if what we did actually worked. And just so you know, this also works with any date pickers that you might have in any interactive grid columns. So the test ran, worked, and everything looks great. Next up, we have a new step for single checkboxes. As you may or may not remember, there used to be only the option for checkbox groups in Apex, but since 20.2, we also have single checkboxes. And this is exactly what this step is for. So with this step, you can test interactive grid columns where you have a single checkbox, and you can also test page items where you have a single checkbox or a group checkbox, and you just want to check one option of that. Or if you duplicate the step, you can check multiple options in the same checkbox or ready group. So this is what I'm showing you here, where you have a display column so you know which of the options you want to check. So now we can execute the test and see the results because I added a few screenshots so we can see what the steps actually did. First, we can see the checkboxes in a page item, either in a checkbox groups or a single checkbox, and then we can see them in an interactive grid. And as you can see here, there are two different ways the single checkbox can show up. Either it's already there in an unchecked or checked way, or it is not displayed yet and it is only displayed if the user actually clicks on it. And this happens when the data that should be displayed there matches neither the checked nor the unchecked value of the single checkbox in that column, and then the checkbox is not displayed. Worksheets are the heart of the LCT application, and if you want to delete one, that impacts data in a lot of different tables. So now we added the possibility to soft delete a worksheet. As you can see, I created one and I added a case to it, and then I also ran it, so it's part of the queue now. So as you can see, those are already a lot of different tables that this is connected to. And now if I delete it, it will no longer be part of any test suite, but other than that, everything else is reversible. If I now click on the queue, then it's not there anymore, but if I click under administration on deleted worksheets, then I can click on the one that I deleted and say, no, I don't want to delete it, I want to use it again. And then it will be back in the queue, it will be back under worksheets, the case will be back, and it's like nothing happened. But if I then remember, oh no, I don't need it actually, then I can just delete it again, and you can find it again under deleted worksheets. Our biggest feature in this release is one that's not very visible, and it's that we changed the way the backend communicates from Node Oracle DB to REST. Our test definition is stored in an Oracle database that runs the LCT instance. And then via REST, the definition is sent to the Node.js backend, which then executes the test. And then the result is sent back to the DB via REST. The reasons why we have made these changes is firstly for security and maintenance reasons, and secondly, we want to develop REST endpoints in the future which can provide data about test insights to tools like Jira or GitHub. The developers working with LCT are probably already using tools like this to track their work and their tickets. And then this way, they can also see some insights like how long the test took, how many tests were run, how many were successful. And this way, also their managers can see their results without actually having to look into LCT. Instead, they can see the results on the platform that they're already working with. So the final feature in this release is the ability to use a custom email procedure instead of the usual apexmail.send. So under administration, there's now a setting where you can choose which email procedure you want to use. Just in case you've ever written the standard one or you generally use a different one within your company. Other than that, we fixed a few bugs in LCT that we found along the way or that were reported to us by customers. I hope you enjoyed this release. Thanks for listening and happy testing!